camera frame, you couldn't even see that I was just waving to you. Looks like Petal says hello too. Do you say hello, Petal? Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Internet. Welcome, 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 welcome back, welcome back, welcome, welcome, welcome. Sorry, I don't want to get any cat hair on you. I don't know if you're allergic. Welcome, welcome, welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. If not, hello, I'm AuntieQ ASMR. This is Petal, resident deer heart and beneath the dresser hider, because that is where I just found her to do this, which is now take 2 of this evening's video. Not really take 2 because I'm not recording the same video again. I just scrapped it and I'm doing this instead, which is going to be a poetry reading, which I know is very simple and I wanted to do more, but long story short, I know I've been gone for about 2 weeks. Things are fine, everything is fine, everything is manageable, but it's been a stressful 2 weeks. Several things have come up, namely with my car. There was a hit and run that is going to be expensive for me, but I was not in the vehicle. Nobody was when it occurred. My car was hit, parked in a parking lot. It happened the morning that I needed to take both of my cats to my parents' house for them to babysit for the day while my apartment building was treated for bugs, just like they do seasonally. So I'm very fortunate, A, that the accident did not happen while I was driving, and that it did not happen a few hours later on in that morning when I would have been driving with both of my cats in my car. So, definitely just stressful, but something that I'll be able to manage. It's unfortunate, but everybody here still has their health and a roof over their head, and my car is still drivable, so focusing on the positive, even though I can get a little down on myself. Not so much by focusing on the negative, because I've actually been very good about that lately. But just kind of like, I kind of lost my train of thought. I'm not even gonna lie. It's not important. I was trying to keep this intro short anyway, just to say that I've been a bit stressed, and I felt like that was going to communicate in the videos that I was set to record. I've either been saying that I'm gonna record at night and then falling asleep, because I've been sleeping a lot lately. I think I'm kind of getting out of that. I think it was maybe because of my feminine cycle that I just was like very fatigued for like a week. Whatever. TMI. But anyway, I'm back here with a video trying to present my positive attitude, reframing my mind. I scrapped the video that I did earlier this evening with Petal. It was a whisper ramble, and I felt like I beleaguered all of my tiny little problems too much. What I thought I was trying to do was getting you guys caught up, which I feel like I always need to do, but I don't always need to do that at all. I can just read you a poem or something, which is what I would like to do this evening instead with Miss Petal. She's just such a dear. So yeah, I scrapped the first video that I recorded, and then she went off to hide because she just likes being in claustrophobic spaces, and then I found her under my dresser and I had to help her get out from under there. So we are not going to do that anymore, are we? But that's okay. I found she started hiding a lot more. I think she was literally like sick of me being around so much. Because they're not used to me being home all the time. And I think she literally got sick of me being around so much that she was hiding under the bed all the time. And I was worried about her. I was like, does my cat have anxiety? I like took her to the vet. I was like, she's hiding all the time, more than usual. Because she's always giving me panic attacks. She'll be like, she's so small and she can make herself smaller to cram into places. And she's always finding new places. So there will be times when if my parents come over and I want them to say goodbye to both of my cats before they leave, and then I can't find her, and I'll be convinced that she somehow got out, even though there was no possible way that she could have gotten out. I'll be convinced that I've lost my cat, and she's just hiding somewhere. Driving me crazy. But I was concerned about her hiding under the bed, because I built my own bed frame, and I am not a carpenter, so nobody needs to be hanging out underneath there. And I was able to get her to stop doing that quite as much with positive reinforcement. We're still working on it. But she likes to hang out in here in the closet because I leave this bed set up for her, and she'll hang out on top of the hot water heater. She just learned that from Rumble the past week. That's normally his spot. But anyway, I digress. I know that my little kitties are so beautiful and so wonderful, and I'm so happy to have Petal here today to lead by example on how to be zen, and we can all just try to relax together while I read another one of the, maybe two, of the poems from this parable of hide and seek. I'm also going to have some Topo Chico, obviously, because obviously. I'm sorry, girl, did I disturb you? Can you hear her little blem? Every time she sticks her tongue out, it's like... That's actually a pretty good one. I'll have you know I've tried to imitate that sound many times. That one was actually pretty good. So, if I can remember where we left off in this one. I know that we read the promise already. You settled back in, Miss Petal. Oh yeah, now she's purring. Purring in the storm. We did this one. Did we do piano teacher? Don't think so. Okay, I don't think we did that one. So why don't I read these two? Or get started by reading these two. We have on this side the piano teacher, and on this side even rats want to swim. Petal is ready and listening, so the piano teacher. A music box wound too tightly will explode, playing its song all at once. The practice is to unwind the song slowly. Think of this when you touch the key of C. A black hole warbles the note B flat. sound has its own horizon. Our meetings will happen there. The cello is floating away. The ribs of a tiger are rippling. I got cat hair all up in my nose because Petal's hair is so floofy. I'm not allergic to her, but my nose is always getting tickled when I pet her because then I can't not touch my face. I'm one of those people. Anyway, I think that's my favorite poem that we have read out of this short collection by Jed Sweeney. Once again, this one is Parable of Hide and Seek. So, next on to Even Rats Want to Swim. Look at your little beautiful face. Okay, even rats want to swim. A weekday in August, pirates wait in ambush behind the Kmart. The compass needle swings again toward my mother beyond the mountains in a red cape, spooning milk to a cicada. The desert is more beautiful when framed by a door. Even rats want to swim back up to the sun. Listen, kid, there's no place better than a laundromat for meeting lonely women. A violinist lies prone, one ear to the tunnel. The city tunes its glass by that sound. So that's another one. I don't think, at least, that I've read those two, and I don't think that I have read these two either, so I will read them as well. We have Sparks, followed by a love song. So, Sparks. Our house was built directly over the freeway. Dad used to throw his cigars at Volkswagen's little tobacco bombs. He laughed like an engine that wouldn't turn over. My sister burned happy faces into her arm with a lighter. Beauty marks, she said. At night, the house shook and tossed like a submarine in war. I learned to incorporate traffic into my dreams. The princess dragged pipes through the stadium. When the teacher opened her mouth, a truck horn blared. I dreamed of a red switch behind the couch. No one knew what the switch did. When I flipped it off, the freeway stopped. On, off, on, off. Dad laughing like an ambulance. Just readjust my glass. I think I'm getting out of frame because I'm trying to enunciate well when I read the poems, so I'm sitting with better posture. I'm trying to, speak from the diaphragm, but I'm also trying to keep the frame low so that we can all adore Miss Petal, because I think in 2020, this is what we really need right now. So, but moving on to a love song. Because a corpse bird lays its eggs in your mouth, and the hatching is an act of speech. Wait, what? Does that make sense grammatically? Because a corpse bird lays its eggs in your mouth, and the hatching is an act of speech. I guess it makes sense if it's being spoken as a retort. I suppose I should read the whole poem to perspective of our speaker before I question the grammatic validity of this art that I could not create. Let me shut up and read the poem. A love song. Because a corpse bird lays its eggs in your mouth, and the hatching is an act of speech. Because the shadow of a smokestack remains calm. Because footprints don't float on the sea for long. Because a cat waiting beneath a bird bath will go hungry, and you in the open waiting for beauty will go hungry. Because a man drowning in a grain silo in the deep golden flax thinks only of the note in his back pocket that will not be given. Most of these poems go over my head, I'm not gonna lie. I think I like the idea of being into poetry more than I like poetry. Did I just say that? Alright. I'm just gonna keep going because I want to give you a full video this evening, but I don't want to ramble because I tried to do a whisper ramble in my last video and I have too much on my mind and it's not relaxing stuff and I don't want to talk about it on this channel. What I want to do is post a video because I want to upload something, and then today, which is already Sunday, it's like 5 a.m. right now, in about 5 hours I'm gonna go play tennis, which I love doing. I've been doing it. This will be week 6 of playing tennis every week. We ratcheted it up to twice a week, so I'm a tennis player now. I'm a tennis player now, guys. I play tennis, which tennis and ASMR, just briefly here, makes me think of the channel Soul Repose. If you guys have not watched Soul Repose, I know I've mentioned her on this channel several times before, but she also does tennis and she has some really great videos, like re-stringing, if that's what it's called, her tennis rackets, and like showing you what's in her tennis bag. She's just a really cool, really well-rounded woman who I aspire to be very much like someday. Anyway, very educated, artistic, multifaceted, very cool. She can cook. Anyway, so what I was saying is, before I got distracted by Soul Repose, is that I'm gonna go play tennis, and then after tennis, I'm gonna go on a hike, and it's gonna be a great hike. It's almost gonna be like a day trip because I'm gonna drive an hour and a half away for the hike. Then I'm gonna go do some exploring around with my friend, who I'm gonna have help me if needed, just record the hike, not all of it, but some clips, because what I want to do is edit together. I think I've mentioned this in the past, wanting to like edit together footage of the hikes that I explore and do like voiceover walkthroughs of them. I want to make one, if I remember to, out of the footage that I hopefully remember to shoot tomorrow, so that I can do a tester video like that. But that's what I would like to upload next. Also, I changed my hair again. It's a new shade of pink. It's not the old pink fading. It's a whole different shade of pink. I redid my hair. A lot of stuff in the last 2 weeks. But the hike, I think, is what I really need. I need to get out. I need to exercise, and that'll help me relieve some of my stress. And then I'll be able to focus on making relaxing ASMR videos again, hopefully. But, like I said, I want to flesh this video out just to like the 30-minute mark so that there's no editing required, so that there's no delay, so I can get this posted. So let me read a few more. We have embark, and we have the sentence. Sorry, thumbnail. So, embark. poster reflecting winter. Watch it glimmer among the bends. Sit here, little mumsy, a red pillow for your bunion. The geese turn like paper storms, mosquitoes climb delicate. Thus, in a back alley, archaeologists maneuver a pirogue. I really hope I said that right. Help me, sweet bread, mountains unravel by the hour. This isn't what we came for. The waiting room is crowded with deer. Pirogue. I don't know what that word is. This one. I can't even see if that's focused because it's too far away from my face, but it's spelled P for Paul, I for iguana, R for Romeo, O for October, G for girl, U for uniform, E for elephant. Pirogue. Pirogue. I'm just pretending like it's French because I was watching Alex, the French guy cooking, do a video on mother sauces. And yeah, I don't know. I just wish that I had a cool accent, I guess. Pirogue. I wonder what that is. Talking about archaeologists, so I would have to assume that it is. Well, context clues. Mosquitoes and delicate were mentioned, and so I will assume, much like anything archaeologists would be digging for, that it is also delicate. That doesn't really give me much, but pirogue. Maybe that's like, I stopped saying it like that. I think it's probably like, maybe it's just a more general synonym for artifact, but my money's on it specifically referring to human remain type artifacts, be that bones, tombs. That's what I'm guessing. I'm gonna Google it. I'm recording on my phone right now, so I can't Google it and tell you real time, but if it's mildly interesting, I will put the definition in the description of the video and in the pinned comment. But if it is very interesting, then I will turn it into another episode of Whisper Word Studies. Look at that. We're learning together, you guys. Okay, so moving on to the sentence. The bones of Marcel Duchamp, laid end to end, reach all the way to the bottom of this hill, where a little slab of concrete bridges one obscurity to another, and Mr. Duchamp seems pleased the way I've placed his jaw in relation to the atlas, his wisdom teeth commanding sharp shadows through its noon, the midnight of day, and we've nowhere to go, and the oblique syntax of bones repeats its inquiry in the language of the world. Okay, well, I don't know who Marcel Duchamp is, so I wouldn't have really had any help for that one, would I? I'm making myself look so uncultured. Let's make up for it by drinking some mineral water. And I'll read 2 more just for the heck of it because I think I can make it. So we have essence on this page and Chagall on this page. She's so cute. Anyway, essence. In the town of essences, there is only one chair, the unadorned average. One toaster, one catapult, one orange ripens in a bowl. The colors are clean and good. A canary circles the bell tower. A vicar, a pregnant woman, a madman share the red picnic blanket. A wheel turns in view of the guillotine. One moon, no different than a moon. Sure, why not? Now my nose is all red from how much I've been tickling at it. Alright, last one for this evening. Little Miss Petal. Little Miss Petal Princess. Have you seen her paws? Look at these little beans. It's ridiculous. It's honestly absurd. And then her little toe beans. Her little back toe beans. She's like, leave me alone, you psychopath. Okay, so Chagall, I don't know. Everywhere I went, the maps were more accurate than the land. I was lonely. I broke into heaven to steal 3 gold leaves, but found myself in a dispute near Minsk behind a grain elevator where a girl wanted to kiss. Red wheat, green moon. The peasants asleep, standing in their boots. White river, red branch. Sounds drifted back toward their makers. Minnows flickered in the white skins of grapes. Oblivious to the laws of composition, someone streaked lapis diagonals onto the background, suggesting horses in motion. I'm gonna read this one really quickly here just because it's called The Hangman's Swamp, and that seems October-y. So, the Hangman's Swamp. The hangman has a secret talent. He sings so sweetly the insects gather around him as their queen, the queen of legend with lunar eyes. The hangman didn't want to become a hangman. He took a personality test in 3rd grade and chose the best of 3 options. After work, he hurries into the swamp. Dragonflies ride on the back of his voice. Scorpions sting themselves in ecstasy. Now that one I like. That one I like a lot. Perfect. So we will end it there for this evening. I hope that everyone is doing well. I know that for the vast majority of 2020 that has seemed like a very stupid thing to say. So let's just, discounting all of the obvious, everything that's going on right now, I hope that you are not dealing with a plate full of other problems on top of everything else. You know, I hope that the regular things in your life are still riding steady, and that you have places and people and moments that you can enjoy where there is a bit of respite and calm. And that is what I'm gonna go